Hi, Tom here. I'm going to show you in this how to use Django's generated field so that when certain fields change in your database, another one or multiple will be updated automatically. So I'll show you 7 examples. We'll be really practical. We'll go through them. By running through them all, you'll have equipped yourself with some really nice, neat tools to use in future projects. Article linked to the description below. And let's get into it. So I'll just set up Django. I'll skip you through these steps. So I've just done these through, and let's move straight on to example 1. We'll get a person's full name and initials. So copy this into models in your app. Let's cancel that, and then just run the migrations. We're just going to be running them through, and I'll make a few little comments. We've made the migrations. Let's add a few people in. Okay, so we just added a few people in here. So if we open up our database here, this is in the SQLite, click on a person, and there we go. And we can see that the initials there are RK. And we can do that here also by querying the model. You're using concat to concat this field, first name with this field, last name, and then putting a space in between. They use database functions which are essentially running on the database layer underneath, and this is the ORM wrapper for them. So example 2, okay, so let's add our next one. So models, and we'll copy this in. Our next one, I'm just going to copy them over the top like this. Event, same procedure. We'll make migrations in here, that's very simple. And then we'll create a few events here again in our Python console. There we go, we've created some. And now if we refresh, there you go, there's event in the database. And then you can see order of day of week, and then is weekend this. So as you can see, these are all computed, and then we could add another event here. Let's add it for the 4th of the 2nd, which I know is a Tuesday. Added that in. Refresh again, and you can see is weekend 0, which is no, and day of the week is 3, which is a Tuesday. The SQL databases use 7 for Saturday and 1 for Sunday. Cool. Let's go on to example 3, and this is an example that would have helped me a lot when I've been working various prices and current conversions for hedge funds. So let's go to models, asset, manage it. There you go. And now we go again, and you'll see this new table pop up here when I refresh the database. Asset is now available. It's there, and now we can add some data. So go to Python manage console, and you just refresh it, paste it in, and there you go. And then if we refresh here, so we're in here, we're setting, as you can see, we're setting a particular Euro to USD exchange rate, and then it's calculating the USD rate, which is perfect. We could add an extra part here to round them. Example 4, we'll rattle through them. Let's calculate employee duration of service. I had an HR tech business before that I sold that would have been very helpful. Very helpful for this. I ended up writing loads of SQL, which it's so much nicer to have it in the ease of the ORM with Django. So let's go back to models again, paste in our next one, employee, and this is just going to calculate how long they've worked at the company, and we'll have a most recent work date. Make migrations, migrate, done. And now I'll copy this and then to add data as before. And now paste it in. And we've created our employees. You'll see the table pop up here as the previous ones. There it is. And we've got our employee. And you can see that is the service period. I assume that is in seconds, which is not very helpful. So let's actually use this here. And let's query them directly using the ORM. And we can see, I wonder if we can wrap here. It's a nice way to wrap. Yeah, soft wrap. And so there you see hire date 2010, and then days 7,336, and similarly has the service date of 51 days. And if we change the values to show all of them, then you can see, the actual data. So very useful. Let's go on to number 5, our models, and we'll do this one to calculate discounts based on purchase quality. Similar, but involving slightly more complicated wrappers, involving slightly more complicated database functions. Same thing, we'll paste it over the top, and then we will run the migrations back into Python console, refresh, and paste. And there we go, we've created, and we'll see again our order table pop up. Hopefully the repetition of this will both be interesting and, kind of consolidate. Keeping things in the database is so neat compared to putting any logic anywhere else, actually, because it's really easy to test and just really fast, automatic. You don't have to think about it. It's all computed. So discount per unit, and you see the row being shown, that for this, that for that. And then if we get rid of and just show all the data, actually that wouldn't work, show all the values, you can see this just echoing that, and we're calculating. And if we were to, let's say we get one of them, let's get the first object, and that is this one. Then we change the discount per. We'll change the unit price. Let's say to actually let's change the quantity below the discount amount. And so the quantity is. So currently we're getting a unit price of a discount per unit of 1 because it's 100 times by. Actually, we should be getting 1.5. Currently, we're getting a discount unit of 1 and then a total price there. If we change the quantity and then we update it, you can see that automatically ticked over and the total price is now, they're not getting a discount, and the total price is simply the unit price times by quantity. And you can see here, if you're not familiar with this, the syntax might look a bit odd or unusual, but it's really easy. Case means we're entering a sort of an if-then statement, and then when, this is like an if-else, and then this is an else statement, the default. So, really easy. Actually, yeah, we won't do that one because that's fairly obvious. So example 7, we're going to calculate compound interest. And you can see we're using power, then same procedure, let's run the migrations, and then we'll add some data in here. If you invest $100 at annual interest rate of 6%, which is roughly market for 10 years, and there it is. So yeah, in 10 years at 6%, you will get 179. Hope you enjoyed that. My mailing list below for more free Django content and updates for my product Photon Designer, which is a way to build Django front end entirely visually and much, much faster than before. I'm making more Django content weekly. Here are a few more videos. All the best.